What's up, everybody? It's us, the Chainsmokers, and you're watching our exclusive iHeartRadio Ask Anything Chat. Thanks to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having us tonight to talk about our new song, Hi!
Nicely done.
Thanks.
Question number 1. Let's do this. Marlena from Austin, Texas. Do you live close to where you performed at the Super Bowl? Did they send a car or did you drive yourself? This is a bizarre question.
Yeah. Out of anything you could ask, you'd ask that.
Yeah.
Well, it's called SoFi Stadium. We've nicknamed it So Far Stadium. It's literally not close to anything. We drove a few times. We took cars to the Super Bowl because we were going to be drinking. But, yeah, it's not close to anything. It's like a major inconvenience. But it's pretty epic, so that makes up for it.
Hopefully that's helpful to you since usually same cities don't host Super Bowls for at least 15 years. So in 15
You're probably
years,
good for a while.
Might be useful.
Stephanie from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. In the video when you're on top of the plane, your hair looks boss.
It's not really a question.
Oh, wait, that's me. I was like wondering which one it was, but I guess I'm the only one that went, thank you. It's amazing.
More of a statement.
It was like a fan thing that they had on me.
Yeah.
So.
We're off to a good start.
Yeah.
Did we ever publicly state who we wanted to win the Super Bowl? That's from Victoria in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Yeah, the Rams, baby. Who won the Super Bowl? Let's go.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm a big Joe Burrow fan, so I hope he does get a Super Bowl in the near future.
This question's from Jenny from Queens. Did you get to hang out with Tiesto at the Super Bowl? No.
But we love Tiesto.
We hung out with a lot of other cool people, but I didn't know Tice was there. We were texting with him a lot recently, though, because we haven't seen him in a minute.
Haley from Columbus, Ohio wants to know, if you were on The Masked Singer, what would be your costume and what would you sing? I don't really understand the show. So basically, celebrities go on, I guess, and then dress up in like really ridiculous costumes, but they're like unlikely people. So it could be like, Joe Montana in one of these costumes, right? And then they just get voted into further rounds, and then it gets eventually revealed that it's Joe Montana. Is that the base?
Yeah.
That's the nature of the show?
Yeah. I guess people are just guessing whose it could be throughout the season.
Yeah. I've only seen commercials for it. It looks ridiculous. But
people really like it. Wait, but what would your costume be?
I don't think I'd do the show. I'm just gonna be honest.
I have no point of reference.
Yeah.
They're wild costumes, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you'd do it either.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
But don't you have to be like a non-artist to do it?
Yeah. In which case, maybe it's fun.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Carisha from Durban, South Africa. Wow. They have iHeartRadio down there?
Yeah, I don't know.
This is crazy. You guys are everywhere. Whose idea was it to hire the fake Chainsmokers at the beginning of this era? Technically, it was the internet's idea. We have an amazing creative director named Chris. Well, fun fact, we had this idea. The internet has kind of made up this joke that any two white guys can be the Chainsmokers, and we thought about incorporating that into our rollout. We did, however, try to get, actual actors to play us, which was pretty depressing. Because pretty much everybody in Hollywood turned us down. And our management kind of operates by the saying, the answer is always no until you ask. So that led to just days of being James, Matt Damon said no. James Franco passed. You're of course they passed. That's not what we meant. We didn't say go after A-listers. But so that was pretty humiliating. But we ended up finding the perfect two guys to play us. And very happy with how it came out. People want them back. They're hard to live up to.
April from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Will you be getting any TCS4 related tattoos in the future? If so, what do you think it would be?
I already have one TCS4 related tattoo, and it's written right here on my arm.
So there you go.
There you go.
Ahead of time. Molly from Atlanta, Georgia. Do you prefer performing at music festivals or your own shows?
I don't think that's one or the other. Because there are some festivals that are super, people are all there to have a great time, and they're just there to completely let loose and see a bunch of acts, and everyone gets I think people get looser at festivals.
Yeah.
So that can play in your favor, but also you can play at a multi-genre festival where you're playing with a lot of people that are seeing you or hearing you for the first time, which can be scary sometimes. And then our own shows are super fun because you can rely on people knowing all the words, but they can also be stressful because it's just you playing.
You can't blame it on somebody else if people don't show up.
True. Christine from Burbank, California. Can either of you beatbox? I
No.
can't. Alex?
No, I definitely can't.
You can't?
No. Beth Ann from Jacksonville, Florida. How many tracks on TS4 will feature Drew's vocals? Will we ever hear Alex sing? I don't know why does anyone want to hear me sing? It's not like you guys heard me sing once and it was like beautiful and I'm like holding back. Like I'm trying to tell y'all, like I can't sing. Like you don't want it. You know, that's why I'm not doing it. But yeah, do you want to answer the first part?
Yeah, I'm singing on all the songs.
Yeah. With the way it should be. I'm not a singer.
Linda from Knoxville, Tennessee. Does Oliver get along well with Mushu and Cholula? He does. He like loves them, but he's just like so big and he's still a puppy and he's like just like terrorizes Mushu after a while. And he's scared of water, so she'll like run in the pool to get away from him, which is pretty cute. Cholula's obviously way smaller, but she's like super feisty. She's a street dog and she can actually like kind of put him in his place a little bit.
Yeah, or hide under the couch.
Or that.
We actually do. They come out. We gave them kind of a blanket invite to anything they ever want to come out to. They're always welcome. We always have a great time with them. They came. When did we see them last? I invited them some Super Bowl stuff, which I think they had fun at. One of them's single and one of them's not, which is why we don't see one of them very much, and we see the other one a lot more.
Nancy from Toronto, Ontario said, where's the furthest away you've been from home and got recognized on the street? I would say like the furthest from home we've been, period, is like India.
Yeah. And they
Right?
definitely recognize you there.
Yeah, and it's serious, like swarm your car type vibes.
Michelle from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania wants to know, do you still refer to the fans as the Pack? And yes, we do. Actually, it took us so long to land on that name.
Yeah.
And it just was like, I can't believe we didn't think of this sooner. It's such a great name for our fandom. And we love our Pack. You guys are awesome. You stuck with us, so thank you.
The Pack is like, if you're not called the Chainsmokers, though, is like such a cliche name for a fan base, but
Yeah.
I hope people realize that we weren't just lazy in picking the title
Yeah.
and the correlation
Also, it
between
works well,
cigarettes and the Pack.
There's only like 20 cigarettes in a pack. We probably have like 20 people in the pack.
Leah from Houston asked, are you involved in the design process of your own merchandise? Our merchandise is like the bane of our existence because we really like love clothes and want to have great merchandise, but we always make these compromises when we're designing it because you'll make this stuff that you think is cool and then no one buys it and they just buy a picture of our face on a t-shirt. We always revert back to that.
It feels weird being like, that's the one, our faces on your shirt.
Yeah.
But that's what we're doing. I really like our new merch. If you haven't seen it, you should go to our site now. We're putting out new merch with every single, and I actually love the new stuff. Again, we've finally matured enough to know, I think, what we want to do with the merch. So hopefully you guys are into it and go buy it, and we can see you guys wearing it and feel good about our decisions.
Yeah. Nicole from San Diego said, was there a player from the Rams or Bengals that you wanted to meet?
Yeah, I mean, I would love to meet Joe Burrow. We met Matt Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Andrew Whitworth in Vegas last weekend. And I felt really bad because they'd been there since Thursday. And we met them on Saturday, and they just clearly had been in Vegas way too long. And we were like, oh,
could have warned them.
Let's like rip some shots. And like every single one of them was like, we're good. And like I know exactly how they feel. They just wanted to get out of Vegas. But super great guys. You know, Cooper Kupp is an absolute legend. So Stafford. Jackie from DC, do you get to help out with the stage designs whenever you go on tour?
Yeah, absolutely. Designing a stage is like a very long, hands-on process. We work with this group called Production Club, who are outstanding. And we kind of sit around and decide what we want to get out of the show and what kind of performance we want to highlight and moments that we might want. And then they come back to us with, usually, I think they came back to us last tour with like 7 different concepts. And it usually results in us like pulling things from each of the 7 things that they have and building a world around that. Sherry from Biloxi, Mississippi said, do you give each other Valentine's Day cards? Absolutely not.
That'd be so weird. Kimberly from Antioch, Tennessee.
Antioch. And that probably has some other way to say that word.
Yeah.
That doesn't look like phonetic.
And talk Tennessee. We all know y'all are great at making music, but what is your strangest talent?
I can make hot dogs, like beautiful hot dogs, with everything on them.
It's a good talent.
Yeah. All right, Jay from Joplin, Missouri, asks, if you were to meet your past selves, who do you think would cry more from happiness?
I think my old self would be stoked about my current self.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
He's like, how'd you do it?
Or my current self would cry because my past self was so sad. I don't know which one.
I got dark. Thanks, Jay.
Casey from New York City. What accessories would a Chainsmoker action figure come with? Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Flamethrower.
Sick.
What's it called? Reciprocating saw. Probably a bottle of tequila.
Those are great.
Bottle of tequila.
We got to make these.
And a Yankee hat.
Yeah, nice. Abby from Gainesville, Florida. What's the greatest compliment you've ever received?
You just got a nice one about the plane in your hair.
Yeah, whoever earlier in the presentation asked me about my hair, or they didn't even ask. They just said it looked boss.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thanks again for watching our Ask Anything chat. Our new song High is out now. Thanks to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having us on the show tonight to answer all your questions. We hope to see you guys soon out in the real world.
Love you, Romeo. See you soon.